Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed Sayed. I'm Service Delivery Manager at IBM. I've been part of IBM for almost 10 years now. I joined IBM back in 2022, and I've been part of the Microsoft support team. And then I've kind of changed roles till I've reached the Service Delivery Manager role I've been serving for the past few years now. Today, we're going to talk about IBM Client Innovation Center, which is IBM Support Center. Let me just share my screen here. Okay. So we're going to talk about the IBM Cairo Client Innovation Center, talk about who we are, what we do, and who do we serve. Appreciate if you have any questions to put it on the chat box or the Q&A box, and we'll try to get to it at before the end of the session. Okay. So what is IBM Cairo CIC? Basically, the IBM Cairo CIC, it's a center for providing support for hardware and software. The center was established in 2012. Basically, the intent of the center is to provide remote technical support to our clients around the globe. The center provides technical support for both hardware and software products. And we actually support a very wide range of products, of which some are IBM products and some are for other vendors, as we're going to see later on. The center is part of a bigger global team that is distributed around the globe. We basically trying to ensure that we cover all clients in all the time zones around the clock. We provide 24/7 support because it's critical that we are there for our clients. We do provide support in multiple language: English, French, Spanish, German. Obviously, most of our clients work in English. However, we still need to accommodate for clients who requests to receive local language support. And we actually have a wide range of clients, starting from small to medium businesses to huge enterprises, and in many different industries. So we have medical institutions, governments, a very long list of clients that we serve. So what technologies do we serve, or what technologies do we support? As mentioned earlier, the center provides supports for both hardware and software. I'm mainly involved in the software domain, so I'm going to talk about the software area at the moment, and also because we do have some openings in the software support roles, which also we're going to mention later on. So these are kind of the main products or the main areas that we do provide support for our clients. So starting with AIX. AIX is basically a Unix-based operating system. The system has been developed by IBM. AIX is known for its reliability and its unmatched uptime. And then you have the IBM Spectrum Suite. It's basically a suite of storage software products. It covers storage virtualization, performance, monitoring, capacity planning, backup and recovery. So it covers a wide range of functionalities for your storage. And then the last three, Linux, open source, and Microsoft, these are part of the multi-vendor systems software, which is basically the ones I do manage. Linux is an open source operating system. It has different flavors, many flavors, like Red Hat Linux, SUSE Linux. So you have a very long. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna back a bit to make sure that we've covered this one. So we were talking about the software product that IBM supports. We talked about AIX, which is IBM's version of operating system. It's based on Unix. It's known for its reliability. It has a very low downtime, which is very important in the IT world, as I trust some of you would know. And then we have IBM Spectrum Suite. This is basically a suite of storage software products. It covers storage virtualizations, performance monitoring, capacity planning, backup, and recovery. And then we have Linux, open source, and Microsoft, which are considered multi-vendor software, which means that it's developed by other vendors, as the name says. And if we go through them one by one, Linux is basically an open source operating system. It has different flavors. You have a very long list of Red Hat, of Linux distributions that you can work with. IBM mainly focuses on Red Hat Enterprise Linux and SUSE Enterprise Linux as well. And a tip on the side, if you're actually looking for an operating system that you can use, which is would be an alternative for MS Windows, you can use Ubuntu, which is another distribution for client for users or for client machines. That would be a very good alternative, which is also at the same time free. Then we have a very long list of products under Microsoft. You'd have Windows Server, you have Exchange, you have Microsoft SQL. So a very long list of products that are developed by Microsoft. However, we do provide support for it. Last but not least is open source software. And just to share some information regarding open source software, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term or not, but basically, open source software is a software that is source code is available for public. People can download, can review, can edit, can come up with their own versions of the software. And it has been available for quite some time. Recently, it's catching on. A lot of companies or a lot of clients are starting to think about moving to the open source world because it offers a lot of options. It offers also better options in terms of cost management. You don't need to pay for licenses. You'd pay for support, you'd pay for software updates, but not the license to use the software. So it's a very interesting world. If you're looking for something that is kind of booming and catching on these days, I'd advise that you would take a look at the open source software products. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of things, and it could be confusing on of which path you'd like to start with. And IBM actually got that solution for you. So we have an initiative called IBM Digital Nation Africa. This is basically a platform available for public. Anyone can sign in. Anyone can sign up and actually benefit from this platform. As you can see, it provides a very long range of products or learning paths that you can go through, from web applications to coding to cloud to AI to blockchain. And it has different levels. So you don't really need to be an expert to start your path in IBM and the Digital Nation Africa. As you can see, you have an explorer path, you have an innovator, you have a newcomer. So whatever background you have, there is something for you there in the Digital Nation Africa. It's very resourceful, and I'd really recommend that you would actually take a look at it and see how you can benefit for yourself. This is in terms of technical skills. I also wanted to talk about soft skills, which are other important skills that we require in our jobs. So things like time management, things like case management or client management, because basically everything evolves around the client. The client is in the center or the heart of everything that we do. We basically try to be essential to our clients, and we try to help them be successful in their day-to-day jobs. And in order to do that, you'd need to first have the know-how, have the technical knowledge, but at the same time, you need to be able to convey that message. You need to be able to communicate with the clients and make sure that you are letting them know how we can help them and that we're there for them and all that good stuff. So Digital Nation Africa, it's a very, very interesting place to see. I can actually, let me see if I can take you through the portal itself. So this is the IBM Digital Nation Africa. As you can see, we've mentioned that it has different levels that you can start with, from Explorer to Innovator to a new color. You have 16 learning paths. So we've talked about coding web applications to blockchain, and then some other learning paths, which is data science, analytics, containers, and Kubernetes. Also, the moving to the cloud and containerization is a very hot technology right now. If someone is interested to join something that is kind of booming, then I'd recommend also considering containers and cloud technologies. You have cybersecurity, quantum computing, industry skills, DevOps. So a very, very long list of learning paths or products or technologies that you can learn about through the Digital Nation Africa here. The other thing I wanted to share with you is the available jobs in IBM, or that were things that we're hiring for in the center. And this is specifically the IBM Client Innovation Center, not all IBM. I'm sure that there are more jobs than these. And I'm just sharing this because this is what I'm involved with. I can try to answer some questions if you have about any of these roles. So we have technical support professional for IBMI, which is IBMI is a hardware developed by IBM and a system. And then you have OpenShift implementation engineer. This is basically cloud technology. OpenShift is a container orchestration tool, which basically can help you move your workload from cloud on-prem to off-prem. Then you have technical software support engineer. This role is actually related to IBM Spectrum. We are looking for people who can speak French, German, Spanish. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about this role and what kind of expectations we have. And then we have open source software architect and a bunch of other applications or other jobs that are available for open source. So as you can see, it seems to be open source is one of the very hot technology areas that we're looking for skills in. And if you have any open source related skills, we definitely would recommend that you take a look at the IBM Careers website and apply, so we can get to know each other and see if you can help us become successful as well, and we can help you become successful in your career. Now, considering that this is the job fair is actually for second languages, I'm gonna focus a little bit more on the job that talks about the second languages, or that require second languages, which is the technical software support engineer. This is for Spectrum Protect. Basically, what we're looking for people who are fluent in English, written and oral. We're looking for people who are fluent in any of the following languages: French, German, Italian, or Spanish. It's preferred that you would have a computer science or software engineering background. If not, but you still have the skills, we can actually still go through the selection process and see if your skills can become beneficial for the team. And we would look for people who have basic knowledge of operating systems, someone who have worked with Linux, Unix, Linux, or Windows, someone who knows their way around the operating system. And at the same time, since this is storage software, we're looking for people who have basic knowledge of storage devices and peripherals. We're looking for people who have basic knowledge of database. For example, things like DB2, MariaDB, SQL, things like that. So that's kind of the requirement for the for this role. There are a few other things that we'd be looking for when we go through the selection process. First of all, as mentioned earlier, we're looking for people with good soft skills, people who can serve our clients and can help us become successful. And at the same time, we understand that some of you might not have a very strong technical background, but IBM got you for this. We actually have a very extensive learning path or training roadmap for people who join our teams. We kind of try to make sure that they are comfortable and confident before they start talking to clients and help them be in their day-to-day jobs. So if you have a strong second language, if you have interest in the IT industry and you have some basic technical knowledge that can help you become successful in this role, definitely apply. And if you get selected, we can actually add to the skills that you have and try to invest in you as well for both of us to be successful. This is mainly what I have for you today. I'd be very happy to take any questions if you have. طيب أنا شايف كان في سؤال، حد كان بيسأل لو ممكن أتكلم عربي. أنا ممكن يعني أريكاب كام نقطة كده سريعا من الجزء اللي فات just in case. هو احنا كنا بنتكلم على اي بي ام كلاينت انوفيشن سنتر، ده السنتر بتاع اي بي ام اللي مسؤول عن التكنيكال سبورت. احنا بنسبورت وايد رينج او يعني مجموعه كبيره من البرودكتس، سوفت وير وهاردوير. السوفت وير برودكتس يعني من ضمنها حاجات اي بي ام ديفلوبد او حاجات اي بي ام اونز تملكها اي بي ام، و سوفت وير تانية مملوكة لفندورز تانيين زي مايكروسوفت وزي لينكس مثلا، ريد هات لينكس، و اوبن سورس. احنا السنتر ده ابتدى من 12 سنة. ابتدينا بعدد اقل شوية، ودلوقتي احنا كبرنا. I think احنا وصلنا لحوالي 150 انجينير او 150 مهندس او تكنيشن. ايه كمان؟ اتكلمنا على التكنولوجيز اللي احنا بنسبورتها زي ما قلنا. وبرضو اتكلمنا ان احنا عارفين ان ممكن يكون بعض الناس ما عندهمش التكنيكال باك جراوند، بس عندهم اللانجوج سكيلز الريكوايرد لبعض الرولز زي سكند لانجوج، الماني، فرنساوي، اسباني. وحاجه احنا بنريكومندت يعني لو انت interested to join ال IT industry بس ما عندكش enough strong technical background. IBM عاملة بلاتفورم أو يعني initiative اسمها Digital Nation Africa. الديجيتال نيشن افريكا دي بتافيل 16 زي اكتر من 100 كورس و16 ليرنينج باث، يعني كذا كورس كومبايند مع بعض او محطوطين مع بعض عشان يكفروا التكنيكال نوليدج في تكنولوجي معينه. زي ما احنا شايفين على الكورسز دي او الباثز دي، احنا بنتكلم في حاجات زي كودينج، ويب ابلكيشن، كلاود، هايبريد كلاود، اي اي، بلوك تشين. والبلاتفورم اكشلي موجه لاي حد، موجه لاي حد، يعني does not require a technical background. بس طبعا expected في اي learning activity او اي educational activity ان الشخص اللي بيجوين ده بيبقى عايز ينفست في نفسه. ف يعني resources موجودة. It might not be easy او مش ممكن ما تبقاش سهلة قوي في الاول. بس I think it covers او بتغطي جزء كبير جدا من التفاصيل، والناس ممكن تستفيد جدا من الموضوع ده، ان يبقى عندهم قاعدة تبني عليها او تبتدي تكتشف ايه التكنولوجيز الموجودة اللي هم interested فيها وتاخد باث. وبرضه من الحاجات اللطيفة في البورتال ده ان انت بيبقى عندك ديجيتال، حاجه اسمها ديجيتال بادج. ده زي نوع من انواع ال الشهاده، او يعني حاجه بتقول ان اي بي ام بتقول ان الشخص ده دخل وخد الشخص ده دخل وخد الكورس الفلاني وعمل الاساينمنتس اللي عليه، وهو دلوقتي عنده نوليدج في التوبيك الفلاني. فيبقى كأن عندك نوع من انواع الكريديتيشن او credentials ان انت عندك علم بالتكنولوجي دي. تمام. طيب ايه الأسئلة التانية؟ يتهيألي do you have training for people with zero experience in technical background but want to start with this career؟ احنا الكلام اللي احنا قلناه كله يعني على Digital Nation Africa يعني it applies لحد interested بس does not have a very strong technical background. ده يبقى المكان الصح يعني، و it's a free platform. مش محتاجين مفيش يعني مش مفيش subscriptions، مفيش fees. وبيدي لك مساحة ان انت تتعرف على تكنولوجيز كتير جدا وتشوف انت اكتر تكنولوجي حاببها ايه عشان تبيلد سكيلز فيها. ايه رأيك في مجال علم وتحليل البيانات؟ كويس. هو حاجة من الحاجات التريكي شوية، ويمكن النهاردة السيشن التانية بتاعت اي بي ام هيتكلم معاكم عمرو جودة. ده واحد برضو من الدليفري مانجر في اي بي ام. هو بيتكلم ازاي تكيك ستارت يور كارير ان اي تي اندستري، ازاي تبتدي كارير في الاي تي اندستري. وهيتكلم عن الديفرنت شانلز او الديفرنت رود مابس اللي ممكن تتحرك فيها او تمشي فيها. الحاجة الأساسية هي إن أنت الشخص نفسه محتاج يعرف هو بيبقى interested في إيه، أو هو حابب يشتغل في إيه. لأن الشغل في التكنيكال ورك يعني، أو الشغل التكنيكال محتاج مذاكرة، وعشان تذاكر محتاج تبقى motivated، وده بيبقى سهل جدا لو حد بيحب التكنولوجي أو البرودكت اللي هو بيدور فيه. How to improve my technology competence؟ والله based على انه يعني اي area انت بتتكلم فيها، بس ال general advice is try to make use او حاول تستخدم كل ال resources الموجودة، كل الطرق المتاحة ان انت تبيلد سكيلز. مهم جدا ان انت تبقى عارف ايه الحاجات الموجودة في الماركت، او ايه الحاجات اللي عليها طلب في السوق، بحيث يبقى الايفورت بتاعك ده بيباي اوف في حته تانية. ما تبقاش بس بتذاكر وبعد كده تبص والله مين بيدور على او مين بيهاير للسكيل دي، فتلاقي ان لا السكيل دي ما عليهاش طلب كتير. فبرضه مهم جدا ان انت قبل ما تبتدي تكنيكال كارير ان انت تشوف ايه اللي مطلوب في السوق، بحيث تلينك الاتنين مع بعض. الحاجات اللي انت بتحب تشتغلها وفي نفس الوقت الحاجات اللي مطلوبة. ده يعني بيبقى الموقف الافضل يعني. ده يبقى انت كده ايه، خدت يعني خدت الكويس من هنا مع الكويس من هنا. It must be fluent in English. What about B2 English and B2 German with 10 years as IT background? So I hope to take this step. I'd say يعني apply كده كده. وفي الانترفيو يعني بيتعمل نوع من انواع الايفالويشن ان في السكيلز دي هتبقى مفيده ولا لا. بس طبعا 10 سنين اي تي باك جراوند ديفينتلي حاجه ليها وزن او ليها ويت. اللانجوج ديبندز على الرول اللي انت هتابلاي عليه. هل ده رول require second language ولا لا. احنا زي ما قلنا في رول عايزين فيه ناس فرنش او جيرمان او سبانيش. معظم الرولز الباقيه بتبقى انجلش. الانجليش هيساعد كتير عشان البرودكت دوكيومنتيشنز وعشان الريسورسز اللي موجوده اونلاين معظمها بالانجليزي. فهي تبقى حاجه مفيده ان انت يبقى عندك strong English language عشان تقدر تكيب اب بالدوكيومنتيشن. زي ما قلنا كده CCNA لو بتكلم ألماني وإنجليش ومعايا أبقى مؤهلة للشغل. واحنا زي ما قلنا الريكويرمنت بتاعة الرول اللي محتاجين فيه second language مش strict قوي when it comes to technical background عشان هيبقى بيبقى فيه يعني extensive training program، في training program كويس جدا للناس اللي هتجوين عشان يبقوا عارفين البرودكت بيشتغل ازاي وازاي يقدروا يساعدوا يقدروا يساعدوا الكلاينتس بتوعنا. ف whomever is interested انا يعني رأيي ان انتوا تقدموا. انا حتى خليني ابوست اللينك بتاع الجوب هنا. ثانية واحدة. اوكي. طب معلش سوري، المودريتور بيقول بالنسبة للجوب بليز فيزيت البوث بتاعة الايفنت، وهيبقى فيها كل هيبقى فيها كل الافيلبل جوبز. هتلاقوا هناك اي بي ام بوث هتبقى موجودة في هول بي، وهتلاقوا فيها الافيلبل جوبز اللي موجودة على السايت دلوقتي. سؤال تاني. آه، هو لازم الانجليش يكون نيتف حتى لو انا معايا لغة تانية؟ مستوى متقدم وتكنيكال بوزيشن قوي جدا هندسة سبورت. I think يعني you'd have a very good chance لو عندك مستوى متقدم في لغة تانية. الانجليش مش لازم يكون نيتف، بس يعني تقدر تكوندكت conversation بشكل معقول in case لو احتجت. تاني زي ما قلنا جزء كبير من التكنيكال دوكيومنتيشنز بتبقى موجوده بالانجليزي، فانت دي هتساعدك ان انت تبقى فاهم البرودكت بشكل افضل يعني. بس في الحاجات اللي محتاجين فيها لغه تانية هي يعني البرايورتي بتبقى للغه التانية، وبعد كده الانجليش second priority. Uh, can I join IBM knowing that I have technical background but for phones not PCs. تاني I'd recommend that you'd go through the selection process. لآخر سؤال اللي هو حد عنده حد native French speaker. Language طبعا would يعني give you some extra points. How good are you أو how native are you في اللغة دي. technical background بتبقى مهمة even حتى لو في حاجة بره البي سيز. بس فكرة ان يبقى عندك critical thinking و technical يعني ability ان انت بتعرف تترابل شوت issues ما بتبقاش راجعة قوي للبرودكت قد ما هي ليها علاقة بالواي اوف ثينكينج، ان انت تعرف تمشي تاخد trail of evidence كده وتبتدي تطلع فين المشكلة وايه الاكسبكتد سولوشن بتاعها. فدي سكيل شويه بره التكنيكال سكيلز. انت ممكن يبقى عندك يعني نوليدج كويسه جدا في برودكت معين، بس ما عندكش الواي اوف ثينكينج ازاي تقدر تايدنتيفاي ايشوز وازاي تعرف تجيب الروت كوز بتاع مشكله معينه. فبرضه I'd recommend that you'd apply. وتاني في يعني الرولز اللي محتاجه فيها second language we do understand ان ممكن التكنيكال experience ما تبقاش اقوى حاجه. ف that's why we have a very strong training roadmap للناس اللي بتجوين على الرولز دي. طيب أنا شايف إن إحنا almost about time. إحنا كده ردينا على كل الأسئلة. هل في أي حد عنده أي أسئلة تانية؟ والله زي ما قلنا هو يعني it is يعني preferred إن يبقى فيه English fluency. لآخر سؤال، هل كافي التقديم بلغة ألمانية فقط؟ لان ده هيساعدك في الرول بتاعك ان انت تفهم البرودكت اللي انت شغال معاه، عشان تعرف تجو ثرو البرودكت دوكيومنتيشن. هيبقى بالانجليزي، فهيبقى مطلوب at least يعني some level of skill او some level of knowledge بالنسبة للإنجليش language، عشان دي هتساعدك في الرول بتاعك. طيب أنا يعني not to take too much of your time. تاني يعني I would invite you to visit أو تزوروا البوث بتاعة IBM، هتبقى موجودة في هول بي. ومن هناك تقدروا تشوفوا ال available jobs ايه و you can apply. I wish you best of luck إن شاء الله. و I wish some of you would join us in IBM. وشكرا جدا لأن انتوا حضرتوا يعني. Thank you. السلام عليكم.